I guess maybe we should begin. Should we give like a rundown of the film, or okay? Well, the film. First of all, the film was. It was in the title, but Nirvana, the band, the show.
Yeah. I'd recommend you. Well, no, I wouldn't. But
I recommend you stay away from this one.
Yeah, like I would say, go see this before listening to our review, so you can kind of get on the same page as us. But also, I fucking hated this film so much.
Yeah, it was not an enjoyable watch.
This is one of the worst films I've seen to come out in recent years.
So we're just going to talk as if, you know everything about it. So
yeah, spoiler discussion. Well, maybe we should give it a bit of a rundown just to kind of...
How do you even run down that?
Do you as the... Right, okay, I haven't seen Nirvana, the band, the show. It's a series. Is it a YouTube series, is that right?
I don't know the specifics. I think it maybe started out as like an internet series and then it got picked up and put on some Canadian channel or something. Because it was kind of a niche internet thing, I think. It feels that way anyway.
Yeah, so this is a show that's kind of like a Borat-esque Nathan For You type of thing, prank
Borat mix
commentary, supposedly.
Yeah, it's kind of like they do stuff in public with the public and it affects the story as they're telling it, in the show at least. Quite funny. I enjoyed it personally. It was a few years ago I watched it, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun watch. I liked the concept and I liked the characters. So this movie follows on from the show where they are coming up with some ideas to fulfill their dream of playing at the Rivoli, which is some, I guess, prestigious music venue in Canada. I'm assuming the way they talk about it. So it's their dream to play at the Rivoli, and they're coming up with crazy schemes to get to play there.
Well, before we get into the film, actually, can I just ask you?
Yeah.
As a series, would you say this is better than Borat, Nathan? Like, rank Nathan For You, Borat, and this.
The thing is with Nathan For You is I haven't seen all of it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well,
Rehearsal? I mean...
Well, Rehearsal's going to be the winner, right?
Yeah,
Rehearsal's a banger, so...
Better than Borat, worse than Nathan For You.
Okay.
If I had to put it in simple terms.
Do you like the Borat film?
I do. Well, again, that's another one which I haven't watched since that kind of age.
Nor have I, actually. Maybe we should review that one at some point.
I'm down to do that, yeah. Because when I watched it, I enjoyed it.
I do think it had some interesting commentary and stuff, which, yeah, this film definitely lacked any of that. Let's get into the film. A little sidetrack there, just to kind of... I just want a bit of context on the quality of this show and how it compares to the film, I suppose.
They have a scheme, it goes wrong, and they time travel from present day back into the original year of the show, 2008, and then that goes wrong, and then they have to fix it. And it's basically a cheap rehash of Back to the Future, not done in a clever way.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Back to the Future, but
you don't need to now. You've watched the
I've seen the film now,
movie.
So I'm good. And it was also kind of recapped to me in the beginning when he was watching the film, so it's very on the nose with that. It's
and
just
several times after.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't seen the film, but like you say, multiple quotes, literal direct references. They watched the film in the film.
Again, you haven't watched Back to the Future, and maybe I'll show you after we finish recording. But the soundtrack is like
obnoxious and shit. I hated it.
And
God!
It's also a rehash of Back to the Future soundtrack.
Right, because to me, it just screamed to me like really shitty John Williams style soundtrack.
Yeah,
not even John Williams, but you know what I mean.
Who was it? It was Alan Silvestri that did Back to the Future. And these guys listened to that and they couldn't get the rights for it, so they composed their own tracks, which was basically the exact same as Back to the Future.
And it's really, it's mixed so obnoxiously, no scenes have room to breathe at all. It's going for this realist thing, right? There's a lot of handheld footage, documentary sort of style, but none of the acting is sort of complementing that, none of the story is complementing that, and the music is just completely undermining that. I don't know if I'm just expecting the wrong things from the film, but I don't really see what the documentary angle added to it, you know? The pranks thing was maybe once or twice.
And there was maybe a couple of moments where it was that's the public, but it was more so hey, can you hold this for me?
It felt like a performance that you'd see in a city centre.
Yeah.
It just felt like a tourist attraction-y, look, there's these two guys clowning around, and it's they're playing along with the audience who are walking by.
And they,
felt like a performance the whole way through. All the way through a performance.
Yeah, it never at one point felt like the documentary style was deserved. It didn't feel like they were in the real world. It felt like they were in a movie. And at times as well, it felt like they couldn't decide whether they
Yeah.
wanted to be a documentary or a film.
Yeah, pick one and stick with it.
Like there was
Yeah.
some fourth wall breaks at random moments. Like
Okay, maybe not pick one and stick with it, actually. I feel like it's a bit harsh, because you could do
You
something
can mix those
interesting.
well,
but
yeah.
you could do something interesting with that. But
they just didn't.
it fell flat on both ends.
Yeah.
It didn't work as either, really. I didn't laugh at all during this whole thing, really. And it was a comedy.
No,
so
the moments that
really failed.
were meant to be funny, I feel they fell quite flat.
And a lot of explaining of the jokes. A lot of like, oh, we're doing a joke, and just make sure the audience get it.
Oh yeah,
And
so
it's like-
they were like doing like a rap bit, and it was meant to sound, he was saying the plan to the drum beat, and they were
Yeah.
trying to do like a bit where it's like, oh, it sounds a bit like one of those rap infomercials. And then after they do the bit, he says, it sounds like one of those 80s rap infomercials.
That was a problem that plagued the whole film, to be honest, was this constant, or like spelling things out. That was really what it was, spelling things out.
I'm not even exaggerating. Every 15 minutes there was a flashback to
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, to a film that we're watching.
To a scene that we'd watched maybe 30 minutes ago. They'd
It's like-
flash back to it to explain what was going on in the current scene. It's like, well,
I literally just watched that.
the way movies work is you watch them and remember what you've watched, and then
Yeah.
the plot goes on from there.
Like, people complain about this in TV shows when it's been 10 years and like, oh, why do you have to flash back to this? This is doing it in the film.
In the
Within the same hour and a half.
Same hour. in the same hour I've spent watching
Oh
what
my
you've just
God.
put down. You've just flashed back to it. Why?
Like
did
the
you
thing
need
where
to-
he pulls out the pliers and it's like a payoff to something. Like, oh, I'm going to use the pliers now to save the day. And there was like a whole 10-minute sequence of pliers at the beginning of the film. And instead of just him pulling out the pliers and it being like, oh, the pliers came into use, they turned out to be helpful. No, we have to fucking remind the audience what just happened. Recap the first 10 minutes.
And then after the
This was an hour ago.
after the flashback of the pliers, it shows a scene of him looking at the pliers and holds on that. It's like, why didn't you just cut out the flashback and have him looking at the
Yeah.
pliers? Why did
That's
you
all
need
you
that?
need. Just him seeing the pliers and being like, oh, the pliers. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we get that context. That context is given in the. It's like patronizing the audience in a way.
Yeah, and what angers me about this is that, like you say, this is going back to a show for 2008. This isn't for kids. This is for people who grew up on the show in 2008. This is for grown adults who can follow a story that's an hour and a half long. This is absolutely ridiculous. I found myself comparing this to, and Liam hasn't seen it, I doubt many people listening to this would have seen this, but the Smosh movie, major parallels with this one. I don't understand why this one gets so much love and the Smosh movie gets so much hate. I do think that Smosh movie's pretty shit, but I actually prefer it. And the thing with the Smosh movie is, all the stupid stuff, at least it was for kids. This wasn't for kids.
The vibe of the film felt like a love letter, but it wasn't a love letter to anything. I remember one of the talking points I heard about it was, oh, they used some deleted footage from the original show and weaved that
Right.
really cleverly into a modern day story and did an interesting blend of the two to make a time travel story. And I thought that's a really cool. This one of the reasons I was really excited to watch it was, wow, that's a cool concept. That's really innovative. From a writing perspective, it's impressive how they did that. And I think that there was one moment which I guess I could say I was impressed by, and I think you were as well.
When they
Stan,
recognised each other.
when in the old footage they used the actor from 2008, and this was actually in 2008, said, "Hey, don't you think that guy looks like me?" And then
Yeah,
it
and it pans over
pans,
to
and it
them.
must have been like one of those one
I was
take.
like, oh
cut
wow,
things,
so lucky
yeah.
that they kind of got that
quote, yeah,
quote
and-
to repurpose it here.
And that got me a bit excited because I was like, oh, if the rest of
Yeah.
it is like that, that's really interesting. But then
But that's like the one good
the
moment
one
of it,
good
the
part,
one good
because
usage.
the rest of it wasn't seamlessly done.
Like when he was talking to him in the bed.
That I found that one really bad.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
so
that was
obvious.
just-
So obvious.
And I know, obviously, it's a hard thing to accomplish, and they tried their best. I'm not downplaying, the idea. I'm not downplaying the effort. The directing style in 2008 felt significantly different from the way they were doing it in the modern day.
Well, to me, actually, I think the problem was for me that it was trying too much to do that, and it kind of felt unnatural. Yeah, a lot of this sort of handheldy sort of style and 2000s color palette, I suppose, but on like a modern camera. And I think there's something to be done there, maybe, but worked better in BlackBerry, just done more maturely. This just felt like, I don't know, ugly.
The time travel stuff, I mean, that was only a small portion of it.
That was the best bit of the film, mind.
The rest of the film doesn't save it. I mean, the whole third act is pretty much just a retelling of Back to the Future, and that's hardly an exaggeration. Like,
It felt like a reference the whole way through. It never felt like it was actually part of the story to me.
I guess Act 2 was they come back to the present and they changed it in the past so that Jay, one of the two mains, is now famous, rich, living out his dreams, and Matt is not.
And he's got like some other nerdy friends.
And then they go and see Jay perform, and he's like, "Oh, I'm your best friend." And then it goes to show that Jay is just being selfish, is sabotaging the whole thing because he wants the solo fame. And that whole kind of friendship
That wasn't wrapped
message.
up. That was not wrapped up at all. Can we just talk about the ending quickly? Because they completely copped out of answering any of that stuff by just fucking... did they kill off the character? Is that what happened? Did they die?
So what happened was Jay at the end was going to go back. So Jay ends up killing someone and the police are after him. So he says to Matt, "Oh, maybe we could go 2 days into the past. If the lightning bolt thing works, if the Back to the Future Act 3 thing works, we'll go back to the past and change me killing that guy and I still get the flame and the glory." Blah, whatever the fuck. And then Matt realizes this, and again, if you've watched Back to the Future, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, but Matt is holding one end of the wire and is trying to plug it in to the thing.
I'm talking to members of the public being like, "Look, will you hold my funny gadget from me?"
For fuck's sake, yeah.
Isn't this hilarious?
But so Matt then sacrifices himself by having the electricity pass through him, and this is where the 5-minute pliers scene happened. And then Jay goes back to 2008 and undoes the change they did. I'm only just realizing though, why? So they went back to the past and changed that, and then at the end, if they undid their changes, why did he then go, "Or we could just leave early and do in case the weather changes"? If they undid all their changes and then that was meant to be the new present, why did the present Jay then make that suggestion? Why, if he didn't make it in the first place, what changed there?
And how do they even know how to time travel? Because that's before that happened, right? Isn't it the skydive?
But that's not...
Are we missing something here?
No, I think it's just bad writing.
Yeah, because they didn't discover the time travel thing till that night, right? When Jay decided to leave. And the next day, they accidentally time travel.
So what happened?
So how do they know to time travel? Am I missing something? What if it does make sense? I don't care. Like, it doesn't change anything for me.
Yeah,
I did
and
not
also,
enjoy the experience.
if you're listening to this and we are being idiots, make it aware. Maybe we have missed something, but at the same time, like Stan just said, that doesn't change the rest of the film.
My feelings will be exactly the same. I don't care how much sense it actually makes.
Fine, I'm an idiot. I don't understand time travel, but that doesn't make up for the rest of the film. It was, it just wasn't.
I mean,
enjoyable.
I love time travel shit.
I wish I could go to the past and tell me not to watch this film.
Just be like, oh, it's a waste of time.
I'd say, Stan, Liam, watch something else.
Yeah, heed our warning.
Yeah, heed our warning. Stay away. Stay away.
Do not watch this film.
Go watch a Smosh video, then watch Back to the Future, and then you've watched the film.
Boom.
Which is probably a more fun time, actually.
Are we going to give ratings?
I mean, we're both ones.
Yeah, 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think... You said 3 at first.
I said a 3 at first, but then you said 1, and I was like, why am I actually giving it a 3? I guess just love for, like... Again, Matt and Jay...
I mean, that does affect my rating. I don't have any nostalgia for these guys, really. I've heard this guy on an episode of Sedona Cast. I've watched Blackberry.
Look,
beyond that, no.
I really appreciate you guys. I like Nirvana, the band, the show. Like, I know criticism sometimes it feels bad to hear. And, you know, we can be quite harsh, but,
you're getting a lot of great feedback, guys, so
you're getting a lot of great feedback. Yeah, we're just two guys. We didn't enjoy it, but you know, that's nothing. I don't say anything about you guys. You know, go and make another project. Take what we've said into account. Stop trying to do your old shit.
And if you are going to cling to the past like you are, make that part of the point.
Make that part, Make some commentary about that, about the good old days or something. That's another point we had. There was no commentary here. There wasn't any kind of message. It didn't feel like I was watching a movie for Nirvana, the band, the show, because it didn't feel like it captured that same spirit, from at least what I'm remembering.
Don't know what that spirit was, but I felt nothing. Should we pull up some reviews?
Oh yeah, let's read some reviews for this film and see if
What have the fans got to say?
Yeah, what have all of you got to say back home who love this film? And
so we're looking at
comments right
IMDb user reviews right now. 10 out of 10. Should we read this one?
Brilliantly.
Take it in turns. You want to start with this?
I'll do the first one. Brilliantly executed. Matt Johnson is a creative genius. Brilliantly executed and hilarious. The audience was roaring with laughter and applause from start to finish.
Think for yourself.
Yeah, the film does an amazing job of merging footage from the cast in years past with current day footage to create perfectly ridiculous time-traveling experience with humorous nods to Back to the Future. Put some fucking punctuation here, Jesus Christ. And callbacks to the show by the same name as the film. Here's something as well. I don't know
everything we just chat on, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned this, but the old footage was maybe 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
It was.
So I don't know what this guy is talking about.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning we were saying as a concept, like, this is quite interesting because it's like you said, with how they did the pranks and they build story off that. It's like they're improvising off what comes out of their pranks and stuff. And so the next logical stage is to improvise out of their old footage.
But
that's a cool way of doing it.
They didn't do that.
But yeah, they didn't do that.
The intentional efforts in direction and cinematography make you believe the film was effortless and coincidental. No, not really. Matt Johnson's genius is evident in all aspects of the film. On deeper level, the story is one of friendship, loyalty, and aspirations. Truly an extraordinary piece of comedy.
Ooh, I know. What was deep about this? This is a very surface level friendship story. I've seen Pixar films.
I know how you feel, Marlena Bell. I remember watching my first film as well. There's better stuff out there, believe me. But yeah, I remember that feeling.
So, fuck you, Marlena Bell.
Yeah, if you're listening, what the hell were you thinking?
Just joking, of course.
Have you watched more films?
Yeah. No, we are just joking, but
yeah, we're kidding.
What a trash opinion.
It's only good fun.
Sorry.
Okay, you find one that you want to read. I'm interested in this.
I'm interested in the one, because I want to see if this resonates with what we were saying.
Yeah, let's see if
maybe he'll bring some.
Invite him on the show.
Yeah. This guy, I like this guy. I'm confused about the ratings because this is awful. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, good start.
Nirvana the Band, the Show, the movie is a 2026 release that, in all honesty, is incredibly difficult to sit through.
Preach.
Agreed. From the very beginning, the film feels chaotic and unfocused, lacking any sense of cinematic grounding.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography is jarring and unstable, creating an experience that feels less immersive and more disorienting. Yeah, you're so right, man. The technical execution is one of the film's biggest flaws. The camera work often feels erratic, and the editing does little to create cohesion. Instead of building momentum, scenes stumble into one another without rhythm or clarity. Yeah, it doesn't really kind of like...
No, that's a good point. It doesn't...
Yeah, they don't really begin and end. It's just like a sort of mess, and not in a good way.
Yeah, that's how I felt about the... when he says the editing does little to create cohesion, that's what we were saying completely about the scenes in the past. It would have been better off if they didn't even include any of that.
I don't know.
It didn't add anything. From what they had, they may as well have not had it.
Yeah.
If you're going to have that, do more with it.
I will say there was the highlight of the film for me, but that doesn't mean anything really. Anyway, for viewers expecting a structured narrative or even controlled chaos, the framework simply does not hold. The screenplay is equally rough. Dialogue lacks sharpness and direction, and the story struggles to present a compelling reason to stay invested. There are moments that attempt humour or absurdity, but they rarely land with impact. Instead of feeling clever or inventive, the narrative feels fragmented and underdeveloped, leaving little emotional or intellectual payoff. Holy shit, this is a mouthful. Fuck me, I feel like my uni or something.
Big one,
yeah. In terms of audience appeal, the film may resonate primarily with dedicated fans who are already attached to the tone and style associated with Nirvana the Band, the Show. Wow.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
You don't seem to think so. However, for general audiences or casual viewers, it is unlikely to make a strong impression. The film does not feel accessible, and its chaotic energy may alienate those unfamiliar with the source material. As a streaming release, it risks fading quickly without generating lasting conversation. Doesn't deserve conversation, no. What ultimately makes the experience frustrating is the sense that there could have been something sharper or more refined beneath the surface. Yes, experimental filmmaking can be effective when paired with strong storytelling, but here the imbalance is too great. Instead of innovation, the film feels indulgent and poorly structured. As a complete package, the Nirvana Band Show movie is disappointing. Yeah, agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, the movie search. Damn.
Give it out to the movie search.
Yeah, you know movies.
You basically said everything we said.
You just said like a whole review,
in like a whole paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kudos.
100%.
Kudos to you.
I mean, to be fair, there actually is a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of
fucking
hate
bad
on this,
reviews.
actually.
Where is all the 7s coming? It's just these 9 out of 10s throwing off the balance. Actually, this has way more hate than I thought it did.
Maybe we're actually not as contrarian as I actually originally thought.
Yeah. Okay. I guess if you're
there are a lot of 10s though.
If you're movie lovers watching this, then you probably agree with us anyway. I love this film so much. Recommend it to anyone. So refreshing. Great pacing and had the theatre cracking up. Can't remember the last time I laughed so hard at a movie. It was really captivating and I never knew what to expect.
I never laughed.
My first film review, but I felt like this deserved the 5 stars. 10 out of 10, we'll see it again.
What's the point in seeing it again when it's literally recapped you the film as you were watching it? You've already seen it twice.
Yeah. I think that's enough for reviews, to be honest. I mean...
yeah, they're either right or very stupid and just like completely blindsided by being mega fans, it seems. I'm making presumptions there, but how can this have so many 9s and 10s? I'm sorry, it's ridiculous.
It just feels like they're all fucking bots or something. This doesn't feel real.
I don't know, I think they're just fans.
What else is this guy fucking rated highly?
Should we look at his 10s? Should we just roast this guy right now?
Yeah, let's fucking
we're just going to roast this fan of...
like Peter0969 with your bluey profile pic.
We're just going to roast you, I hope you don't mind.
Sorry, buddy.
What have I seen of these? Oh, can I put it on my rating as well? So what I've seen. Actually, no, but you might have seen them, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
2001, 10, okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mulholland Drive,
He's
okay.
got, no, you know what? He's got some good taste. Holy shit, these are some good 10s, actually. I've got a lot of these at 10s.
Act of Killing? Okay.
Okay, I'll take back what I said.
Why did you write that review then?
Yeah, what is wrong with you, dude?
What the hell?
I get the 10 for sentimental value. I completely, I'm at a 9 right now, but completely get it. Peter0969, thank you for giving Kinds of Kindness a 10. Not enough people like that film. I can't believe...
so you clearly have some good ideas, so...
So what were you thinking?
Yeah, what happened? I'd love to get your insight.
Please reach out. I think that wraps it up.
I think that we've said everything that can really be said about.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Jay and Matt. Clearly had a lot of heart for the project, but, stop living in the past. Nirvana the Madness show was fun. It was good for the time.
I think Blackberry was more your direction. Keep on chasing that.
Adapt to modern times. Write something else. You've got the potential.
But fuck this film.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
1 out of
10. I fucking hated it. What a load of shit. Fuck this film. Fuck you, you cunt.
I agree wholeheartedly with Stan's points.
Why are you so
It's picking me up really loudly.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, okay, let me raise my voice a little bit. Okay, maybe if I kind of talk like this.
You raise your voice. Wait, look, it's not even like you're further back from the mic than me. Talk now.
I don't really understand it. Like, I'm talking at quite a normal volume here, and I feel like...
And this is us talking over each other. Like, if we both talk at the same time, go on, talk with me.
Like,
let's talk over each other. And if we were synchronizing and having a conversation, can you kind of make up both what we're saying? Like, if I say green pineapple, do you know I said green pineapple?
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Can you hear me? And, like, can you make him out? Because, yes, like, things like that, yeah.
Things like, we pick up these details.
Right.
Yeah, so like if we're both talking to the mic like this, like kind of just chatting, I can sort of face you as well and like face slightly different directions.
I agree, yeah, because if we're kind of at an angle and if I wait for you to finish your point and I say my point, I feel like it will pick us both up kind of at a similar volume. You can see that with the peaks.
And like if we're talking over each other, like if I say things like about
and if I kind of chip in
and I say like, oh yeah, this looks 100%,
good. 100%, and if I agree with that,
maybe I don't.
It might sound good.
You never know. All right.